And we're back. We are here on a Tuesday night for a Clash of Clans, and we got a lot of info and things to show tonight. So I hope you all enjoyed tonight's episode. What I'm trying to do in my streams is come up with a theme every night. So last Sunday, I did my first episode 1 called the Theme Deck Challenge. And so tonight what I'm going to do is start a new series in Clash of Clans, and we are calling it The Road to the Legend League. So as you can see right now, I have finally got back to the Titan League, and so what I want to do now is head on up and push it even higher, and we want to get to the Elusive Legend League. So if you go to the game and you go to top players, there's the Legend League tournament. It's pretty much like a seasonal tournament, and you can see the best players in the world in this game. So if you go visit the top player, for example, you can take a look at his base. And really the only difference between his base and my base is he's got the white walls and he's got the better defenses and the better heroes. And that's, probably the better troops. But with my walls, you can see there's really a whole lot that's not much different as far as how it looks. So I've seen Town Hall 9s, Town Hall 10s push up to close to Legend League. So if they can do it, since I'm just a brand new Town Hall 11, there's no reason why I can't be there. Hey Eli, thank you for joining our stream tonight. Hope you learned some valuable tips in Clash of Clans. And there's some stuff we're going to talk about today that'll give you some good tips on what you need to be doing as you work towards Town Hall 11 in the 20 years from now when you actually get there. So just stay tuned and see what we got going on. So like I said, I just received Town Hall 11 a couple weeks ago, and all I've been focused on this base is my Grand Warden, and now he is going to level 5, which he will get his ability at level 5 called the Eternal Tome. If you're not familiar with the Eternal Tome, it basically means that he can make all the troops within his little radius circle invincible for a short period of time. The level 5 ability gives that power for 3.5 seconds. So 3.5 seconds may not be a lot, but when you're going up against an Inferno Tower, it can save, pretty much half your army. So, hey, Bloomy, thanks for showing up tonight. I know it's probably really early in the morning for you, so I appreciate you showing up. So, thanks for joining. So tonight what we're going to talk about are a couple things happening. 4 a.m. Oh wow, it's 8 p.m. here, so it's quite a bit of difference. So thank you for getting up early or staying up late, whatever the case may be. Hope you enjoyed tonight. So let's get started. In our last clan war that we had, sadly we got defeated, and we even got 30 stars against us, so they got perfect stars on all our base, and I can't remember the last time that's happened, if it's ever happened. I'm not sure, but the main reason for it is because they had an engineered base. So if we look at their bases, their number 9 guy, let's go look at him. He's a TH10. So when you got that kind of, and look at his base, there's no walls, and there's hardly any defenses. So that's a typical engineered base clan. And while this war was going on, people were, and even our own clan mates are talking about how they're trying to develop engineered bases, but I'm pretty much going to leave that up to your discretion. If you want to create an engineered base, more power to you, but they will be going away soon. Supercell has already acknowledged in a recent video that they are a problem, and so they're trying to figure out a way to squash it. So I would expect, they've already actually said they're going to change the algorithm on how things get matched up during clan wars to try and prevent engineered bases. So in the next, probably in the October update, I would say engineering bases should be limited, if not, totally nullified in their usefulness. So that's one thing I wanted to talk about. And another thing I want to talk about is I wanted to highlight some of our strong 3-star attacks that we had in our last war. There's mainly 4 attacks I'm going to show real quick. So let me get on over to my team. So Jawed is our new TH10, and he always has, he's probably, in my opinion, the best attacker in the clan. He is very precise, and he always attacks, pretty, quick, and he really knows what he's doing when it comes to attacks. He knows where to put the troops at the right time, when to pop the spells, and so on. So he's very strategic in his attacks. So the first battle we're going to see is, I want to show a lower 3-star attack. So I'm Alone is our number 10 guy in this war, and here he has the first 3-star of the night. So as you can see, this is a pretty weak base, and they tried to make up for that by throwing a baby dragon into the mix. But whenever you have that, there's basically 2 tactics to taking out the CC troops. I prefer the poison spell, but it's probably not available at this low level. So the next thing you want to do is just completely surround those 1 or 2 troops, like I'm Alone did, with some archers and some wizards. And once those goes down, then basically the base is up for grabs. You put in giants to shield the rest of your army, throw in a couple heal spells, and this base is toast. So we'll speed things up a little bit, and you bring in the hogs to flank. And when you can do that kind of devastation, you're going to make quick work of a base. When you have your main army coming in from one side and you're flanking with the hogs from the other side, that's pretty much going to be a 3-star attack every time. So good job to I'm Alone for doing our low-end 3-star attack. Hey Nook, thanks for joining. Wanatimo, thank you for joining tonight. I saw you guys from our last Clash Royale stream, so it's good to have you guys back. And tonight we're in Clash of Clans. This is Late for Supper, our clan that we've had since 2013. So if you're interested in joining, let us know. But right now what we're doing is reviewing our last war. Sadly, we lost 30-28, but we had to face an engineered base. So let's have a look at our second attacker that 3-starred. And that is going to be GSP. GSP has been with us for just a short time now, and he's already rose to the rank of Elder, so congrats to GSP for getting Elder. And let's have a look at his second attack on this 3-star. So this is a spread out base. what is it, 7, 8, I don't know, I can't recognize the town halls anymore, but you'll see also at this low level, Dragon is a common troop you're going to see in the CC, and so GSP, he's going to counter that, I think, with the poison spell. He has 2 of them down there below. Let's see what he does. He's using the archer as bait to bring over the dragon, and there again is the poison spell. Now, probably a year or so ago, they changed the way CC troops react. So you'll see that dragon, when he's not engaging a troop, he will move out of the circle. He just won't stay in that poison circle. So if you don't have a troop that's constantly engaging that unit, then they will move out of that poison circle and not be affected by it as much. So if you use poison, make sure to keep them engaged. So now that he's got that out of the way, he's starting his main attack on the opposite side. He's starting with a golem, led with some wall breakers, wizards, and his archer queen. He's trying to create that funnel on the outside where those corner buildings are out of business. That way the Valks will go straight in just like so. And once they're in, he's just going to heal them from there. And, Valks pretty much can do some devastation. I prefer rage as opposed to healing, because when you rage a Valk, they will just go ballistic on this base and it'll just tear it up from inside out. So maybe a combination of heal and rage would have been better, or at least quicker, but nonetheless we know this is going to be a 3-star. And the main reason for that is this isn't a TH9 attack, so the crossbows aren't there to slow the Valks down. So that's why it's so easy just to walk right through this base. So he's going to finish up this attack. Let me speed it up for us. and now it's just clean up. We're just taking out the remainder of these buildings. You got a couple of hogs in there to distract while the Valks and the Barb King moves in to clean up the rest. And he probably didn't need that heal spell, but he used it anyway, so there it is. Um, yeah, you still have Valks left, which is, if you have Valks left, then you know you're doing really well, because normally the Valks will die throughout the course of your attack, but you still had quite a bit of troops left over, so that was, an easy job for GSP. Couple more to show you, and then we'll get into some other types of action. So our third of the 4 attacks I want to show is by, let's see, Zoid. Zoid has been with us pretty much since we started our feeder clan. So we started Late for Supper in 2013, somewhere between 2014 2015. We started a feeder clan, which was popular at the time before Town Hall 11 came about. And feeder clans, their purpose was to, have low-level guys. You train them up in the feeder clan, and then you spit them over to your main clan to hop into wars and whatnot. So that was good for us at the time. And if you watch some of my older videos on here, I have one video that focused on the training clan, how we went 12-0 before we shut it down and moved everybody over to Late for Supper. So, feeder clans were good during the time they were popular, but now, since Town Hall 11 came out, we had the mass exodus of players, so now feeder clans aren't that popular because less people are playing the game. So, we're just trying to get back in recruitment mode. Global is pretty much crap for recruiting players, so that's one of the driving forces why we decided to start up this channel to, get some, eyes on our clan from a internet perspective as opposed to just being restricted to Clash of Clans. So here we go. We're going to showcase Zoid's attack. Zoid is one of our oldest veteran co-leaders in the clan. So let's see what happens here. So he's doing the TH9 attack, and Zoid pretty much uses the same attacks all the time. He has golems, Valks, and followed with hogs. So he'll do what we saw previously, where he's basically going to use his main army to take out most of the army, and he's going to flank his hogs toward the end of this battle. So let's zoom in a little bit, and he's got a lot higher level heroes that he can dispatch the defenses with quickly. So he's raging his army at this point, and this is what I was talking about in the last attack. He raged for those Valks, and when those Valks rage, they pretty much go nuts in there. So if he would have had one more rage, that's when I would have dropped it right there. But nonetheless, he's wanted to save the majority of his spell slots for this hog push, so he could, use healing spells on his hogs and keep them alive as they basically go ring around the rosy on this base to take it out. So ideally, you want to have, your main army and your hogs alive at the same time. But you can see in this one, he's really relying heavily on his hogs to do the job for him, because his queen has gone down, his Valks have gone down. Pretty much everything has gone down except for these wizards out here that are doing cleanup, and it looks like there's one Valk alive out there as well. So, and this is another problem. The pathing of the golems, they're so slow that they oftentimes get behind the main army, and they just get stuck on a wall just like that, pecking away. And they really need to work on changing the AI, because that is just a useless thing to see, is the golems just sitting out there, do-de-do-de-do, what do I do, kind of thing. Oh, here's a rock, let me pound it. So, that's just a big waste. But, so his wizards are going around, his hogs are going around. There's pretty much nothing that can stop him at this point except the clock, which he has plenty of time left. You'll notice there's only 20 seconds left on the replay, but I'm sure he had a lot more time of his 3 minutes left in the battle. So, this was a good 3-star attack for Zoid, and he's also another player that, has perfected his attack strategies, and I think he'll be able to do good attacks for us until he gets to TH10, where he sees it's a whole new ball game. So good job, Zoid, on that attack. And last but not least, we're going to go to our #1 guy of the war, Jawed, which like I mentioned before, he's what I consider our best attacker. And let's see him do some damage on their #2 base. So the good news is he's TH10 and he's only going against a TH9. So they weren't really worried about that because they had on this engineered clan, they had all their power toward the bottom of their roster. So they weren't really concerned with 3-starring the top of our lineup until the very end of the war. I think in this war, there was probably less than 10 minutes left in this war, and they came back, and we actually thought we were going to win it. And then they took our #1 and our #2 in a fashion, and it pretty much just stunned me because, there's like 6 minutes left, and here we just had to hold out for 6 minutes, and they just come and upset us. So, it's heartbreaking to see those engineering clans do that, but, it is what it is. And now you can see he's pretty much gone in with the jump spell, and the jump spell is what I like to use instead of wall breakers, because wall breakers often miss, and you have to be really strategic with their placement, otherwise they'll get crushed by an archer tower or a bomb or whatever. So a jump spell is a lot more reliable, especially once you get it leveled up, because once you get it leveled up, it'll stay on that battlefield for a good 1 to 2 minutes before it goes away. So it gives you plenty of time to get your troops in there. And he's just wrecking it with the high level bowlers, the high level Valks. It's really, TH9 should be automatic for TH10s. I mean, the Infernal Tower is really a game changer at TH10, and if you have, the TH10 troops yourself, you can just come in here and just wreak havoc. So, but don't want to take the thunder away from Jawed. It was still a great attack, and once he gets polished up on these Inferno Towers, I hope he can start being our 3-star specialist in the TH10. Something I can never do. I was just a 2-star specialist when it came to TH10. So what we're trying to do in our clan right now is we're trying to war as often as we can, because we are dangerously close to clan level 9. We just need a couple hundred more XP, and we'll be there. And then, of course, we want to get to clan level 10, because the perks of clan level 10 are you get, 9, we get donation 50% cost. So every time we donate to someone in the clan, we get 50% of that cost refunded. So that's a nice boost. But clan level 10 is what I really want to get out of it, because whatever we donate to our clan, it is increased in level by 2 levels. So that's a considerable advantage. So if you're interested in our clan, if you're interested in the stream and you want to help us out, come on by late for supper and reactivate that base once again, Nook, and we'll get you in here. So next thing we want to do is the main focus of this tonight's stream is I want to get to the Legend League. So I just got to Titan League, and Titan offers a loot bonus of 280,000 loot in addition to 1,800 dark. So that's really the thing that, back in the day in Clash of Clans, all you pretty much did is you town hall sniped, and that was it. And back then you wanted to be in lower leagues because you wanted to maximize your loot. Well, the game has changed now, and in my opinion, you can get a lot of loot. Like if I were down in the Crystal League or the Master League still, I would still see a lot of loot. But I don't want to have to rely on finding those high 500, 600k bases. I much more prefer to be in a higher league where basically the cost of my army, 280,000 bonus loot, and to the army I'm currently using is my low-cost army there at the bottom. It only costs 271,000 of elixir to build that army. And then I use a little more, about 1,000 more dark elixir than what I get in that bonus, but all in all, basically, that bonus covers the cost of my army. So then, even if I find just a 300k base, that's 300k loot that I'm going to be profiting on. So, that's my progress to Legend League, it's probably going to take a while, so this is just the first time I've really attempted to do it. I've got a long ways to go to get there, but you got to start somewhere. So, alright, so Bloomy, he asks, how much do you get from the treasury when you get 5 stars on multiplayer? So, if you're not familiar with the treasury is in our clan castle, and it's basically a protected amount of loot. I think it was definitely called something different before they changed the name to Treasury. So maybe it's called War Loot or something. I can't remember now. But so basically, that's what it is. And what he is asking is about. You can see these 5 stars in the bottom left, right above the attack button. So if I get 5 stars um, from rating, then I get another bonus on top of the league bonus. And in Titan League, that bonus is called the star bonus down here at the very bottom. And so I get 360,000 for completing those 5 stars. And you can complete those 5 stars every 24 hours. And so that's 360,000 for Titan League. So if I were to get 5 stars, I'll get 360,000 plus my league bonus plus whatever I loot just for that one attack. But still, 360,000 is quite a bit. You know, I've found bases where I've looted 500,000, and when you add all those bonuses in, that's well over 1 million loot just for one attack. So that's another reason why I really urge hop in the highest league you can possibly get, because that league bonus is really where it's at right now. And I think in the long run, if you do the math, you'll probably get more loot than what you would have as if you were in a lower league. But that's just my personal opinion. Feel free to try it out for yourself. So enough talk. Let's get some battles going. I'll show you some strategies as we go, and what I try to do, because TH11 rating involves you really got to be on your toes. Every little bit counts, and especially right now, you can see all I have is my queen because my warden is down and my barbarian king is down, so I really only have my king or queen to rely on. So that's pretty much where we're at right now. So let's get an attack in. And I noticed that the stream quality is going down, so if it's getting to a point where it's just not watchable, just let me know and I'll see what I can do to fix it. Alright. So I got my army ready, and what I'm going with right now is 2 golems, 11 valks, 15 wizards, and I'm going to try to start off with a queen walk. So if you're unfamiliar with a queen walk, what the queen walk is you basically pick a vulnerable spot where she can get to the air defense, and you want her to take out as much of the base as she can all by herself before you roll in your main army. So Bloomy said he misclicked, and Aussie Fine, thank you for joining our stream tonight. Appreciate you showing up. Where are you from, Aussie Fine? Let's see, what did you give me, Bloomy? Yep, you gave me a minion. That's fine, I'll make it work. All I'm really missing is a wizard, and that's not really a big deal. So either give me another minion or give me 2 more archers, that's fine. It'll work for this attack. So let me get my other thing ready to go, and as soon as I get a couple more troops, we will be ready for attack. I'll clean out my pumps real quick. And I think I have all my spells ready to go. Okay. And full. Okay, so now I have 2 minions, 1 golem, and an archer, and a quake. And I think that's the spells I want. Yeah, so I want 1 jump, 2 rage, 1 quake. Oh, that's wrong. Let's see, what am I only need 1 poison. Did I clear it? Now what do I have? 10. So I'm still, what do I have in my castle? I'm all confused right now. So in my castle I have that, so I don't need that other quake either. So let me just clear this before it gives me something I don't want. Dun, 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 dun. and we'll clear this quake because we don't need that. And so now I can add a extra jump spell. That's what I normally take, I believe. Yep, 2 jump spells. Alright, now we're in business. So let's go find a base. And like I said, what we're doing now tonight is we're focusing on the road to Legend League. So this is the first night we're doing it. And basically what I look for when fighting these TH11s is I don't fight TH11s with one hero. So every TH11 I see, I'm going to skip until I get my heroes back, because unless there's a TH11 that has an Eagle artillery that's down, but this one's up. You can tell it's down because the head will be down on the Eagle and smoke will be rising out of the Eagle artillery. That's how you tell if it's inactive. So unless we find one like that, we will strictly stick to the TH10s. So how's the stream tonight, guys? Because I see my stream quality is down to an orange level, which is kind of, you know, iffy on if it's good quality. So if it's not good quality, just let me know and I'll see what I can do to fix it. But as for now, we got I'm gonna skip that one, TH11. I'm still trying to find that fine line on the streaming qualities, because there's some audio problems I've been trying to fix, some video problems I've been fixing. Okay, if it's watchable, thank you, Gloomy, for letting me know some feedback on that. So as long as it's orange, if it goes red, then I bet we have problems. But it seems like orange is going to be acceptable for what you guys can see. On my end, it looks a little grainy on the video, but maybe that's just my end only. So who knows? Let me go back, since I'm not finding much luck on these. I'm going to go ahead and boost my next army so you guys won't have to wait as long when I go with an attack again. So we will go ahead and get into boost mode here. Boost, boost, boost. And we'll boost our queen so she won't have much time to rejuvenate when we get back from our battle. So there we go. And that's really all I spend gems on in this game, is boosting. Because if you really think about it, if you don't boost at all, the time it's going to take you to even max Town Hall 9 is probably 1 to 2 years longer than what it would if you were boosting. So if you can afford to boost, I definitely recommend boosting, because I did Town Hall 10 maxed with boosting almost every time, and it still took me close to 2 years to max Town Hall 10. So, double, triple that without boosting. And that's the main reason why people quit this game once they get to Town Hall 10, because it's just insanely long time to max everything, and only the strong survive. I decided, once I got to TH9, I saw even then how much it was going to take to max. I'm like, if you're going to play this game, you need to start boosting, because otherwise you'll never see TH11. And it took me, like I said, 4 years to get to TH11, because every time I would get close to TH10 or TH11, they would throw in another update, and then I'd have to research and upgrade like 5 to 6 more troops before I can make headway again. The walls were insane. So, yeah, it's been crazy, but, you got to have extreme patience, extreme discipline, and you definitely got to boost if you want to get to these high levels. So, unfortunately, the bad thing about being TH11 is you don't come across many TH10s on the search here when you're trying to raid. So really, in a 1 hour boost session, I'll be lucky to get 4 or 5 raids in, because I'm just spending all my time hitting this next button. And that's the one thing I like about the builder-based side of things, is you don't have to worry about hitting next. Whenever you go in that battle, whoever you get, who's who you get. So I wish it was kind of that way on this side of things. But then, you probably wouldn't get near as much loot as you would normally get if you had to just hit the first one you came across. Hey GSP, sorry you missed it earlier. We just showcased one of your war attacks from the last war. So after this stream is over, which is, I'm going to go for about 30 more minutes on this one, So probably about an hour, hour and a half from now, I'll publish this video and you can re-watch it to see your showcase of your war attack that you did in the last war. So congrats for getting Elder, and we hope to see you in Clash of Clans more often. So let's see if we can't find a Town Hall 10. I'm trying to get, this is the boring part of the Clash of Clans streams, is I'm hitting this next button all the time. And I apologize for that I have to hit next all the time, but if there's anything you guys want to talk about while we wait for a base to attack, throw it in the chat there, and I'll, let's just see what's on your guys' mind for once. And if you have questions about the game, throw them in there. If you want to do a friendly challenge, let me know, and in between battles we can do a friendly challenge. So whatever you guys want to do. So since I'm going to trophy push, and this is the first TH10 I've come across, we're going to go ahead and attack this base. So you'll see a lot of these TH10s, or a lot of high-level bases in general, they will leave this bottom corner completely open because it's basically a trap. There's going to be Teslas in there. There's going to be giant bombs in there. There's going to be lots of things in there that you don't want to really involve with. And you can see the Inferno Towers are also side by side because they want both Inferno Towers shooting at your army at the same time. So unless you're really confident with your army, don't fall for that trap. Don't go in there because it's going to spell disaster. So what we're going to do is, first thing I look at is, where's the queen? In a ground attack, I want to know where the queen is because she can have devastation. And there's our king, and there's our queen. She's sleeping, so we don't have to worry about the queen. Now, I got to start attacking soon, otherwise I'm going to run out of time. So I'm just going to go ahead and attack from the bottom to show you guys what kind of traps arise when you attack from the bottom here. So let's get in here. And what I'm trying to do is create that funnel on the outside so these Valks will go straight in, and then I'm going to rage and use my jump spells to really get them going. And then I'm going to come over here and start my queen walk and have that going. And if my army's already dead like they are, then my queen will be there to hopefully salvage the rest and keep the rest alive. So you can see that in that attack, I fell for that trap, and everything died really quickly. So now I'm just trying to recover. I'm trying to keep my queen alive, and we're gonna freeze for a little bit because everything's dead now. So this is pretty much a wash. This is one example on why you should never attack to that bottom, because bad things happen. And definitely happen. So I'm going to lose a ton of trophies on this attack, which is okay, because I'm just really showing this is going to be a long road to the Legend League, but we will get there sooner or later. So now I'm just trying to help out, and maybe if I'm lucky, no, these Archer Towers are going to prevent me from getting a 1-star. So yeah, this is basically what can happen when you fall for this trap down here. You can see I only killed 2 of the Teslas, and I should have been paying more attention. I might be able to salvage it, but I wasn't paying attention, so that's why I deserve to get 0 stars on this one. So we'll finish this up attack, and we'll move on to the next one. So looks to be about 46-48% is all I'm going to get, because 46%, because the Archer's just going to get in the range of the Archer Towers, and that's it. 35 trophies, bye-bye, see you later. But we'll recover from it. So we have another army being built right now, and it'll be ready real shortly, in about 5 minutes. So that gives us time to do some other things. We request more troops. Hey Dre Blacks, thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks for your comment, appreciate it. So what we're doing now is we are doing some TH11 attacks. I'm going to give myself some troops here. Quick So now we're set up for the next attack. So Bloomy asked, hey, tell me something about you. So, like I said in other streams, I've been playing this game since 2013. You can see that by my profile if you ever go in there. It doesn't say I started in 2013, but try and show me a different, a player that has more gold grab than I do. So I don't know if you can see that. I wish I could zoom in on it. Let me put it at the top. But I've stolen 1.3 billion gold since I've been playing. So that Elixir 1.3 billion. So that tells you I've been playing quite a bit now. I've got teased a lot in global. Yeah, you got all that loot, but look at you only got 547 war stars, and that's just because we've been a casual war clan. I haven't really been focused on wars because anytime I have heroes upgrading, I don't war, which is pretty much once a week I have a hero upgrading. So that's largely in part because I've just been upgrading everything fast because I play just about every day. So yeah, 1.3 billion loot. We started in 2013, and the clan started in October 2013. So yeah, I live in Indiana in the United States. I'm a software engineer for a living and a gamer, at night. So that's a little bit about me. You can see by my hat, St. Louis Cardinals is my baseball team, and you can also see Batman Freak and see Batman in the back. So Batman is like one of my idols, one of my my favorite superhero. Blah blah blah. So Dre Blacks asks, what are you streaming on? So if you look in the description on my channel, Stinkpot Studios, you can see that we stream 3 days a week. Tonight is Tuesday, so it's always Clash of Clans Tuesday. Thursdays is Art of Conquest, and Sundays is Clash Royale. So there you have it. That's what I stream on. There's my nights, and I am Stinkpot, part of the Stinkpot Shack Show. So that's a little bit about myself and what we do. So we should be ready. We're almost ready for the queen. She's about ready to wake up, and we can go back into another attack. So my army's ready. I think my spells are ready. And that's it. We'll do a quick builder base while we wait on that. On the builder base side of things, I love getting my walls. I love just maxing out. I don't really care about advancing to the next town hall level as fast as I can. All I care about is, maxing before I hit the upgrade for the town hall button. So as you can see by the master builder, all I have left is my guard post and my air bombs, and then I'll be ready to upgrade my builder hall. And one thing I don't like about the builder base is they put it in place to give you something to do while you're waiting for your army over here. And also, if you just want a different perspective on, the versus PvP action, you could come in here and just get right into battle because it doesn't cost any loot to make an army. It just costs time to sit here and wait for it to be created, which is, generally less than a couple of minutes to create your whole army. But one thing I don't like is there's a big gap between the upgrade costs. So my walls are maxed for this builder base level 4, but the next cost goes from 300,000 all the way up to 800,000. And I think for what this kind of base is, if they really wanted you just to get in here and enjoy the PvP, they shouldn't have made, the upgrade cost so much. They should have made it where, you're fully maxed in 2 or 3 months and that's it, and you can just get right back into the action. But nonetheless, this is also going to be a time sink for most people. And I think, once you're maxed, there's really no purpose to that. So it's still a little lacking on the builder base kind of side of things on what the potential could really be. It could really be a good seamless experience between this daytime mode and nighttime mode, but they just need to make a few more tweaks to get it where it really should be. So now my queen is available. Let's get into another attack, and this time I'm going to do a smarter attack, I promise, because if we're trophy pushing, we can't keep going in the negative. So let's find a good TH10.